King Lear and Deception Part 3. Edgar spends most of the play attempting to reverse the lies spun by Edmund. In a stark contrast to his brother, Edgar uses deception with kindness to save the life of his father. This divergence supports the meaning of the work as a whole because deception is not purely harmful. Deceit can be used both to abuse another person and to protect them from an ugly truth. In one intense scene, Gloucester has his son, who is disguised as a beggar, lead him to the edge of a cliff. Gloucester intends to commit suicide because of the horrible tragedies that have befallen him. He has lost his sight, his title, his good name and his son all in the course of a day, and all due to the trickery of Edmund. Edgar manipulates his father into believing that he had indeed fallen from the cliffs and somehow survived. Edgar explains his motives for deceiving his father as, "Why I do trifle this with his despair is done to cure it." Edgar only misled his father in order to rid him of his death wish. Edward Wheatley, in his article, Voices of Violence, describes the details by which Edgar willingly deceives his father. Seeing him in such pain, Edgar only wishes to somehow save him through divine intervention without revealing his true identity to protect them both. Edgar describes the cliff in poetic but horrifying terms, and he then steps away from his father, whose attempt to jump results in only a fall to the ground. Edgar then disguises his voice to convince Gloucester that he has fallen from the cliff but was rescued by the gods. The trick persuades Gloucester that he has been saved by a miracle. Through his act of deception, Edgar saves the life of his father, if only for a little while, and leaves them time to have a tearful reunion. Without misleading Gloucester, Edgar might not have been able to prevent his father from committing suicide. Just as Edmund, Edgar used his wits and deception to obtain a goal. Although both brothers used deception in King Lear, their motives vary greatly. In the case of Edgar, his deception was necessary and selfless to save a life. For Edmund, he used lies and deceit to manipulate his way into power, misleading every character and stepping over his adversaries' bodies on his way to rule the country. In his play, King Lear, Shakespeare demonstrates the two sides of deception with two brothers, one of good intentions and the other of malicious greed.